I want to talk about something that's been a personal struggle of mine for quite a long time, as I'm sure it's been one of yours as well. And that's a feeling of being isolated and lonely and just not feeling like you fit in and that you belong. And a lot of times, this feeling of separation comes from just not feeling connected with anyone, sometimes even with ourselves. And in terms of being able to get past that, the only way through is actually to just walk through it and to really allow yourself to connect. But connecting is such a very difficult, tricky thing to do, especially if you're just not feeling like you trust the other person. This could be in a family situation, it could be in a work situation, it could be in friendships. And it doesn't matter whether they're gay or straight or what the context is. If you don't feel that you have trust or that the other person is worthy of getting that trust, where, for example, you may feel judged by them, you're going to put up a wall. And that wall is going to keep you from feeling connected to them. But connection is actually the way through, and it's actually how we develop authenticity and authentic relating. And authenticity and genuine connection is actually how we overcome the feeling of isolation. Now, you can actually be by yourself, and you don't have to necessarily be around people to feel isolated. It is a feeling a lot of times. But to have that sense that you are able to bridge the connection with somebody in a meaningful way is really the key to developing that sense of belonging. Now, some of the things that I do to do that is I may be in the neighborhood, for example, at Starbucks or at the gym or just walking my dog, and I will allow somebody in by actually giving a smile. I'll smile, and it doesn't really matter whether they return it or not. I'll just kind of extend that energy to somebody, and I'll allow somebody in. Another way is actually to, if you're a lot of online, if you're doing like a social media situation with Facebook or Twitter or something like that, to actually have a meaningful connection, just a response to somebody, like a compliment to them, some way that you're able to bridge that sense of understanding and seeing somebody allows that connection to be made, and it can create a feeling, and it's really strange how it happens. It can create a feeling where you are not as actually alone as you might have thought before. And so I'm going to encourage everybody to really do that. Brene Brown talks about vulnerability as being one of our greatest strengths, where a lot of people think that showing your underbelly is a weakness. It could actually be something that is very genuine and can really draw people to you. Now, you have to really be discerning about it. You can't just like open up to everybody and throw up all your information, and just that would actually create more isolation because people just don't know what to do with that. But giving them little bite-sized pieces of who you are is a great way to do that. And we're going to be talking a little bit more as we go on into this journey of authentic relating and connection, and finding ways not to feel isolated and actually to create belonging.